If you're like me, you have seen nothing short of 155,000 ways to market your book. In today's episode, I want to tell you my journey of my upcoming book, Writing is Not That Hard. And I want to tell you what I've been doing and how I've been playing and experimenting and making marketing all about connection and alignment. I'm so glad you're here. Let's get started. Welcome to another episode of The Written Compass. I am so excited you're here. Today is going to be a really fun episode because we are talking about, wait for it, my new book. Yes, I say finally because just like all of our authors, I have been writing this book for several years now. It is definitely a big book baby for me, so I'm very excited to announce that the ebook version of my new book, Writing is Not That Hard, is now available for pre-order when this episode drops. But I want to talk today about how did I get here, because I have already hit #1 bestseller for this new book, and it hasn't even been released yet. And the reason is I've been doing some book marketing experimentation, and I want to share everything that I've been learning and that I've been doing, because I really believe that marketing is all about connection. I have, from the start of my business, really tried to cling to that and hold to that, because if you are anywhere remotely in the entrepreneurial world, you know that if you aren't selling something and you're not having clients, you don't have a business. And a lot of things can happen as you are trying to put yourself out there, whether it's your book or a product or a program or a service or an offer. And we can get really wrapped up in that big M marketing word. It's not that it's not important. I just think there has been some injustice in how we think about marketing. So I really try to stay connected to the idea that marketing is all about connection. And so when I went into wanting to do some new strategies and try some new things with marketing my book, I really wanted to play. I wanted to get, some experimenting happening. So I want to talk about that today. So some of the things we're going to talk about is how early did I start kind of marketing and sharing. I want to talk about the power of activating your network. I want to talk about direct messaging. I want to talk about how I became a #1 bestseller before the book is even available. I want to talk about all of these things and much, much more. So grab wherever you like to take notes and let's dive in. So almost every single one of our clients either reach #1 new bestseller in multiple, if not all three of their categories on Amazon, or #1 bestseller. And I'm going to get to how that's possible. It is a little bit of, it feels a little bit like a mystery, and it's really not. And so I really want to pull back the curtain there. There are lots of tools now that will really allow you to activate that with your book. So I'm going to get to that, just know. So first, one of the things I started to do as I was still writing my book is I would use my posts on social media, emails, even in this podcast, and I would share excerpts from my book. That allowed me two things. One, it started to help me get people noticing, oh, Shayna's writing a book. Let's pay attention, right? It was a very low stakes way for me to get feedback on what I was writing. People would leave a comment and say, I'm so excited for this. When is it out? People might even offer like, oh, are you going to talk about this in the book? So it was almost like having kind of some very light beta readers of sorts. So I cannot say enough about sharing the fact that you are writing a book, that a book is coming, what the book might be about, even if it changes, because guess what? Nobody remembers. And even being willing to share a blurb. And by a blurb, I mean a couple of sentences, right? A paragraph, not full chapters or, pieces or anything like that. It doesn't have to be, but it can. But you want people to start to know this is coming. Think of it as creating this nice runway. I want you to do it in a way that feels aligned to you. So if that's just word of mouth, if that is sending emails, if it's social media, If it's running ads, like you really need to lean into, I don't think there's one right way that, oh, if you do this, then this is guaranteed. But the most important thing is that it's aligned for you and it feels really good to you. Having conversations with people, talking about it as you're out and about, as you're sharing your other work that you're doing. Hey, by the way, my book is coming. My book is coming. Do you want to, read it? Do you want to be a part of it? All that kind of stuff. One of the other things I did once my book was completely drafted, but not professionally edited yet, is I did get some people to read it and give me some what I call reviews, right? There are lots of different places where you can go online and you can pay for reviews, and I have no problem with that. I probably will wind up doing that at some point anyway for my book. But one of the things that I think is so powerful is it doesn't really matter who it is, just to show people that this is how people are interpreting my book. This is what they're saying about it so far. Again, it's getting others excited about it. It's part of activating your network. Now let's fast forward to when you are self-publishing and you are using Amazon KDP as one of your places to self-publish. One of the things available to you as a marketing strategy is you can have pre-orders for the ebook version, the Kindle version, the e-reader version of your book. KDP does not allow you to have pre-orders for the print. And the only thing you need, you're going to want to write this down, the only thing you need in order to have pre-orders going is you need a JPEG of your cover. You need your book's description, information. You need your categories selected. Amazon allows you 3 categories. That is when you're on Amazon looking in their books, that's the big category. There's all the subcategories underneath that, right? Like business and money and marketing, right? Or business, money, writing skills. I'm not going to remember all of mine right now. I think I have one where it whittles down into high school and college resources, teacher resources, something like that. You're also going to want to have your 7 keywords chosen. Now, we do this through a really helpful software tool. I'm going to come back to this later. This is how we become number 1 new releases and number 1 bestsellers, is we are able to see what categories have a relatively low threshold of sales needed in a day, because the number 1 bestseller thing is day by day, right? You can say it forever. Hey, I was a number 1 bestseller, but it could happen just one day and you get that ranking and then it could go away and never happen again. It could stay for multiple days, but the category selection is what is going to help you activate that potential for number 1 new release and number 1 bestseller in those categories. So you need all the things to be ready to go and sell the book officially as the ebook, but you do not actually need the final ebook file yet, the interior. You can do pre-orders with just the image and all of the book details. So I just want to make sure everybody understands that. So I have started that process about 3 months out from my release. Some people do it a whole year. It's really up to you. It is a really fun way, because if you're doing live events or you're going to be on podcasts, this is something for you to start to have sales. And then when the book is released, right, it's got all this momentum behind it and it just carries it on forward. So it's been really fun to see my book hit number 1 bestseller, number 1 new release. It hit number 1 bestseller in all 3 categories at one point. I think that was on day 2 of me sharing the pre-order was available for the ebook. So really, really exciting stuff to play with. And again, this is exactly what we do with our legacy authors and our embodied writing clients who are writing their books. We support them through all of this marketing strategy and actually helping them become number 1 bestsellers and number 1 new release. So that is all you need to start a pre-order. You do not have to have your book finished. So keep that in your back pocket and use as you see fit. And again, just a reminder, this is just for self-publishing ebooks on Amazon KDP. Once you have a cover, you want to start to experiment. So I did have a cover teaser, meaning I shared that my book was coming soon. And I DM'd and texted friends and I said, hey, would you be willing to share it with your audience on, social media as a story, all that sort of thing. I really learned that I needed to manage my expectations because people read quickly, don't read all the details. I probably, if I do this strategy again with the pre-order, I probably will forget doing a coming soon and just do straight the pre-order is available. The coming soon, when people were sharing it, some of them put, go buy the book now. And it wasn't actually available for pre-order yet. I had a date for pre-order, but I was playing with creating momentum for the pre-order and that kind of stuff, So it was something that felt a little bit wobbly to me. It worked. I still, again, was #1 bestseller, all 3 categories, all that kind of stuff. But I think I would have been maybe sold a few more copies even if as soon as I announced it, the pre-order was available. So just know that even if you're going to do like a coming soon, you might want to go ahead and have the pre-order like already going, just in case people go ahead and go look for your book, even though it says coming soon and your network shares it. So I direct messaged people and I said, hey, I created a post and I said, would you please be willing to share this post on your story? Here's the link to use. Here's where to go, all of that sort of stuff. And that worked really nicely. It was just like a nice little love bomb back to me from friends who were like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I'm so excited for you. And then to see what they would post for their stories and little comments and things that they would add. It was really, really cool just to see that. So I highly recommend. Who are the people that love you no matter what, and will share anything that you're doing, and ask them. Don't be afraid to ask. And I even told people, look, once the print version comes, I'm going to lovingly come back to you for support. And so what I was doing was creating a little book squad. Okay. So I was asking people to make purchases. And if they told me they made the purchase, and there's different ways you can do this, I added them to this list that I am still creating called my book squad, kind of my book hype squad. This group is going to be able to get some early access to chapters. I'm going to offer them, if they buy the print version, I'm going to be offering them some freebies. There's all kinds of little fun stuff that you can do to be a part of your book marketing strategy. So think about, what would I love? Maybe it's something you've already created that you can offer people. Maybe there's a workshop coming up that you want to invite them to, give them a free ticket to. Maybe it's a free coaching session, just anything, even if it's just a thank you note, right? What would you love to offer people who are going to buy your book? I have another client who's going to be doing something like this with her journal, and she's going to have kind of, hey, if you order 10 copies, here's what this gets you. If you order 50 copies, here's what this gets you. If you order 100 copies, right? And she's going like all the way up to, giving away, multiple thousands of dollars in value of courses and even some coaching from her for people who buy multiple copies of the book. So there's all kinds of different leveraging you can do to play and experiment as part of your book marketing strategy, even with pre-orders. All of this kind of stuff is possible. And also know you don't have to do any of that. You can just say, I birthed this baby and I want your support. Go and buy the book, right? Oh, I forgot to mention too that I did have a lower price for initial pre-order, and I gave people a 2-week window to get it at that price. And now the book is at its normal, the ebook version is at its normal price. So I went from $2.99 to $9.99. That was just something I wanted to play with as well. Again, you can feel into that. You want it to feel really good for people. I was just creating something that was like a no-brainer. Yes, of course, I'll go buy this. One thing to think about too is some people don't want the Kindle version. They don't want the ebook. That's okay. It let me know that people were interested in the book. They wanted the print version. For some of those, if I knew them well enough and felt comfortable, I said, hey, why don't you buy it and gift it to somebody? Because you are able to do that. You can forward essentially forward the book to someone. And I would say, hey, you know what? It's $2.99. If you feel comfortable, just buy it and don't use it. It's no big deal. It's $2.99. right? And that was mainly because I was trying to get the rankings going and get some flow going. Of course, I want people to buy the book and read it and enjoy it and all of that kind of stuff. But the main thing was creating that buzz around it, right? Okay. The other thing that I want you to think about is if you do the pre-order, you want to really be watching your rankings over on KDP and seeing on Amazon and seeing what it's doing, and screenshot, share it, ask other people to reshare it. You really, again, I cannot emphasize enough of like creating momentum around all of these things. I got new followers during this time of pre-order and playing around with it. So I highly, highly recommend you really be in a space. So think about that timing wise, that you're in a space where you can kind of just be focused on just sharing this pre-order process, checking the rankings, keeping an eye on it. Like I was marking it as soon as it became like top 10, top 5, top 2, number 1, all of that. And I was using screenshots, just simple screenshots on my phone, and uploading those on Instagram and Facebook and all of that kind of stuff. All of that is a part of the momentum. Now that the book is still in pre-order, but at a different price, I will start to treat it more just like the print version. And continue to ask for pre-orders, and also start to tell people the print version is on the way, and just start to mimic a lot of what I've already done, asking people, activating my network, asking people to share it, sharing the rankings, all of that kind of stuff as I head to launching the official print version. So I'm curious what you're hearing in the strategies and things that I've shared today. This, of course, again, is my process that I've been playing with. None of it is a have to. And I think there's just some real power in making sure you really pay attention to how you want to feel as you're sharing the book. And I just completely honest, like it was amazing to somebody bought my book and it's not even out yet, right? And to see people sharing it. And while I haven't, I'm right around 40 sales, and the book's been, quote, available for pre-order for 3 weeks now, I'm totally happy with that, right? Those of you who have larger networks, you can really, really amp this up in all kinds of fun and amazing ways. So take everything that I've shared with you, swirl it around, and make it aligned and fit for what's going to make sense for you and feel really good for you. So as always, I want to hear what showed up, what you're noticing, what you're loving about this. And I want to make sure that you know about our amazing sponsor that we have going right now. The amazing Dr. Heather Bartos is offering us a special invitation to the Written Compass listeners. Whether you're female identifying or you love those who are female identifying, she has the most amazing program that is I'm actually going through it right now, and it is absolutely changing my mental, emotional, spiritual, physical health right now in ways that I am just so I wish I had started sooner. The Menopause Mothership is a beautiful community. She has live workshops. She can work with you one-on-one and in a larger community. And in the show notes, we've got a special invitation for you. One link to go and check out the full Menopause Mothership, and then another link to use if you want to sign up. And when you sign up and support yourself in your health journey, you're also supporting the Written Compass. We have a little affiliate program going on with that. So as always, we want to hear from you. Make sure you hit me up over on the Shayna_V on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Written Compass. If you are enjoying this content, do me a favor and go and review the podcast. This allows me to share and get these messages out to the people who really need them, who we want to read their books in the future. You can also go and share your thoughts and tag me at ShaynaHartman_ on Instagram. Again, this is just a way for us to get connected and share the writing love. And if you know that you are ready to write your book, that message that's been burning inside of you for a long time, then I want to talk to you. My team and I want to talk to you. Head on over to ShaynaHartman.com and click Work with Us. From there, you'll see an application to explore and see if writing your book is your next best step.